right, my dear friends, after the break, let's begin, shall we? So guys, we were discussing the deductions under 32-36. We also discussed 37 in brief, correct? So let us go again to 37 quickly to try and understand certain things. So let me take you to section 37 once again of the Income Tax Act. Khulja Sim Sim. See, magic. Any expenditure not being expenditure in nature of 32-36, and it should be capital expenditure, and it should not be capital expenditure, and it should not be personal in nature. Not being. You can claim under section 37, right? So again, quickly, we have discussed this before in the previous class. 37. What does it say? Should not be of personal nature, should not be capex, and should not be covered under 32-36, and it should be expended, means spent wholly and exclusively for the purpose of business. Wholly and exclusively for business. Guys, do you think it is easy or difficult to sort of, do business in India without political help? And vice versa, do politics in India without business? What will run? So now the discussion in this class is what runs in our country? Dhanda, business, or politics? Do businessmen run the country, or do politicians run businesses, or is business and politics interchangeable? What do you think? So obviously, my dear friends, in terms of, remuneration in Companies Act, just a quick, digression to Companies Act. Remuneration to Managing Director will be granted under section 197. In the old Companies Act, that is in 1956, maximum remuneration that could be paid was only 11% to MD, whole-time director, manager, everybody put together, all directors put together. Did you know that Reliance, one of the directors who are executive directors, gets around 86 crore salary? I'm not joking, 86 crore per annum, which is, just 0.00 something percentage of Reliance's profit. So the thing is, 11% is a lot. 11% comes into crores. Reliance's reserves is around 4 lakh crore. I'm not joking. So what I'm trying to tell is the percentage 11% may look less, but the amount in terms of the amount would be crazy. So now the government had told that, boss, just keep it at 11%. Don't meddle with it. Don't meddle with it. 11% is enough. Ambani had another problem. Ambani said, I'm just giving an example. When I say Ambani, it's representative of all the businessmen. Ambani said, if I did not work in Reliance, Reliance would not have grown up to be what it is now. If, Baba Ramdev and Acharya Balakrishna come and tell that if we were not there, Patanjali would not grow up to the company that it is now. It is fair enough. So they'll say, why the hell should I take only 11%? I want more. I want more. So the government told Ambani, I'm just giving a representative figure, businessmen in 1956 till almost like 2000s, they said, sir, why? Till 2013 actually, they said, why? Just take 11%, no, be happy. And they showed Ambani his own house. They showed Ambani his own house. Antilia. This has some 27 plus floors, 13 floors only for parking. Each floor is designed based on particular country. One has only Italian marbles. Italian marbles from the Italian architect flown in from Italy. They didn't go to Marble Road, Hosur Road here in Bangalore and an architect from Shivaji Nagar. No. Right? Flown in. There's a helipad. There's a mini theater. This is the second most luxurious home in the world. First one being the Buckingham Palace in England. That also is ours only. Looted money. Right? So, the most lavish residence on one side. Correct? There is a, what do you say, ice cream parlor and all inside. The first month electricity bill of Antilia was 75 lakhs. Correct? So, like, this guy has everything. Right? So, for the, what do you say, marriage, the daughter's marriage, she wanted to do it at the most lavish place in India. It was his house only. So, he did it in his house. The who's who of the industry had come. Amitabh Bachchan was serving sweets. Right? Amitabh Bachchan was serving sweets. Then Amir Khan also was serving sweets. See guys, this fellow serving sweets. Amir Khan, that is, by the way. Amitabh Bachchan giving in thali. Like, that is the crazy thing that I am trying to tell. Ambani runs the show. Simple as that. Government is telling Ambani ji, with less than 11% only you are so much minting money. You please see in and around your house, sir. Near your house, Dharavi slum. The largest slum of Asia. One of the largest slums in the world. They are also my citizens. You are also my citizen. They will also get one vote. You will also get one vote. You are crazy. Your money is unbelievable, unbeatable. I understand. Your net worth, that is in 2018 itself, was equivalent to the combined GDP of Zimbabwe, Mauritius, Iceland. Believe it or not. So I am telling Ambani ji, with less than 11%, so much here. Why do you want more? Why do you want more? In 1956 Act, why I am telling you this is, there is a section 293 capital A, that is political contribution, donations to political parties. From 1956 to 2013, under that particular, what do you say, section 293A. See, political party. They said that you can only give, a company can only give not exceeding 5% of the average net profit. How much can a company give? 5% of average net profit. And managerial remuneration was how much? 11%. I'm not joking. In 2013, Companies Act 2013 came. In Companies Act 2013, when Ambani said, Ambani means representative of businessmen, Ambani said, I want more than 11%. The MCA or the government, the lawmaker said no. So Ambani, representative of all the businessmen in India, said, bro, when you are coming to beg for funds, political funds, then we will see. So in the year 2012, 13, if you see this particular law, Companies Act came during the Congress regime only. Why didn't BJP oppose? Why didn't AAP oppose that time? Everybody needs money. Businessmen need money to run the show and politicians need money to run their parties. And businessmen need political clout or politician support to run their business. It's a level playing field and each person is dependent on the other. So in 2013, Section 293A equivalent section was section 182 in the Companies Act 2013. And the managerial remuneration section was 197 in 2013. I will show you as passed in the parliament, this is what it is. 182, you see 182, that 5% was changed to what? 7.5% of the average net profit. So my dear friends, here first change, 5% was increased to 7.5%. Right? Which means if average net profit of all companies put together is, let's say, 1,000 crore, 5% is how much? 5,000 crore. Now you are getting 7,500 crore, no questions asked. No questions asked. In the meantime, I will say, Ambani says, what is in it for me, bro? Let me take more remuneration under 197. Earlier you said beyond 11 not possible. Now let me take more. You see in the same law, 182 is there. No, in the same law I'll show you. In the same law I'll show you. 197 you see. What does it say? If you see here, shall not exceed 11%. Okay, fair enough. Then this proviso was added. Company in general meeting with the approval of central government can exceed 11%. What does it say? Company in general meeting means ordinary resolution. Shareholders approval plus central government approval. You can go beyond 11%. Shareholders approval means what? Motabai. Motabai himself in Reliance has more than 50%. Central government means what? Motabai. The other Motabai. No, this Motabai. Everything same. So Motabai plus Motabai approval, you can get beyond 11%. Right? Elections happened. BJP won thumping majority. They were going ahead, soaring. And the next election was due in 2019. And of course, political donations, etc. should be given. Again, begging should happen when? If a 2019 election is there, begging should happen 2 years before, 2017. 2017. I am going to pay political donations under 182, 293 at old, now this one 197. Again I came and said, please sir, I want more money. 7.5% is not enough. Now if I change this law again, people will stand up and take notice. And Ambani is now saying, all this I cannot come and take permission and all, just allow me only to do it. Motabai, that is me. Again, one more Motabai I have to meet. I don't want to meet that other Motabai. You allow me only to do it. So coolly, the best, one of the best legislators was the finance minister and MCA minister also, corporate minister, Shri, late Arun Jaitley. Brilliant. Coolly, he inserted something called Companies Amendment Act 2017. And what happened in Companies Amendment Act 2017 in section 197, I'll show you. This is the law as it stands today. This is the law as it stands today. If I show you section 197, this is the law as it stands today. For more than 11%, it was possible, right? What resolution needed? Motabai, ordinary plus another Motabai. 11% remains the same. Company in general meeting, what resolution? Ordinary resolution. May, along with approval of government, with the approval of central government, removed. With which date? With Companies Amendment Act 2017. So guys, They said what? OR. Motabai plus other motabai, no needed. This motabai only in his infinity pool he can chill and pass the resolution and take more than 11%. Sir, what about the Dharavi slum and all, sir? Huh? What slum? What? Slum? Sir, slum you are telling that they are also poor, he is also rich. What is the thing? Ambani did not know what to give his wife, Neeta Ambani, on her birthday. I'm not joking. Neeta Ambani, he asked Neeta Ambani, what you want? Neeta Ambani said, I want to go to Eiffel Tower. You want to go to Eiffel Tower? I would have got the Eiffel Tower for you if you wanted. So the next day he flew her to the Eiffel Tower for breakfast. Correct? Our wives, girlfriends and all, if they ask, hey, take me, it's my birthday, they will take them to Shanti Sagar. All girlfriends, wives and all will slap. Hey, my birthday, da. Shanti Sagar, you're taking me. Birthday, take somewhere nice. Okay, new Shanti Sagar. Correct? Motabai from Mumbai flew to Eiffel Tower. There. And what was the gift, sir, in this? Gift was, he gifted her a chartered plane. Overnight, one phone call to the ministry. Hey, I want chartered plane. It should be named after my wife. In 2 days, he got the clearance. If our girlfriends and wives ask plane, we'll give that toy plane. If you leave, green light will come and it will go. No, that light we will give. That plane we will give. Yes or no? Anyway, see guys, coolly. But Arun Jaitley, brilliant man that he is, he did not touch this section 182 through Companies Act. If you touch that, you will come to know. What he did, guys? He amended the Finance Act, or rather he inserted this amendment in the Finance Act 2017. Through that Finance Act 2017 change, it came into section 182. You see 182 now. Background music should come. You know, scam. That background music should come. Brilliant. When you see these things, no, you'll be like, wow, man, hats off. Correct? 182, you see. Notwithstanding anything contained, blah, blah, a company other than a government company may contribute any amount directly or indirectly. Any amount directly or indirectly. Here also in that 182, any amount was there, but next line, that any amount maximum 7.5% was there. See guys. One second. I want you to see the bare act and then analyze. See here. Any amount, okay, given Baba. Next you see, but it shall not exceed 7.5%. Then the next proviso starts. Here, coolly, star. Means what? Any amount is there, 7.5% deleted. How? Not through Companies Amendment Act. Arun Jaitley's brilliance. Finance Act 2017. So my dear friends, this deleted. Now I can pay any amount, political contribution, any amount. No tension only, whatever I want I can claim. In between 2013 and 17, quid pro quo. Ambani said, I am going to launch something called Jio. It will take away everything. It will create an impact. And I need free reign. I can launch wherever I want. And I told Prime Minister's photo, I will put on the first page. Being a private limited company, Prime Minister's photo I will put and I will market. That is a violation of the National Emblems Act, Personages Act and all those things. Motabai had seen the Bear Act, closed, and it smiled also that time. Because the moment Prime Minister's photo was put on the first page of the newspaper for a private limited company as an advertisement, opposition party said this is a violation of this law, that law, this law. Motabai came and said, bro, I'm very sorry. I did not know this. Whatever fine is there, I will pay, please. Then flashback. He had opened the Bear Act and seen, no, open the Bear Act and seen, that is some bloody 1800 law it is. There they said, if you have made any violation like this of putting the picture of the Prime Minister, the fine will be 500 rupees. So Ambani paid 500 sometime in 2016, April, May he paid. That too in old notes he paid, old notes. You know why? Okay. 2016, something else happened, no? Right? Anyway. So, if you see, this is the scene. Finance Act amended. Who? Bond. Arun Jaitley. Sir, you are a DT faculty now. I know you love law. Law faculty also you are, I know. Until ICI keeps the syllabus, you are law faculty. After that, I don't want to see your face. Why you are telling all this here, sir, and wasting our time? Our classes are holistic education. Everything will be connected. As a CA student, you cannot study everything piecemeal. Everything, if it is imprinted in your mind, you will never forget everything. Okay, now I'll tell you why I told you all this. Hold on. Can companies claim this crazy amount that they pay as donation as a deduction? That is what I'm trying to discuss. 30 to 36, it's not allowed. Let me see 37. Is it personal expenditure? No way. Is it capital expenditure? No. Is it 30 to 36? No. And in 182, no. What did they do? They did one thing. Any amount can be paid, but it should be only through bank. No cash payment. And they also told through some anything prescribed means. Anything prescribed means. Guys, such a brilliant man, Arun Jaitley. He brought about what is prescribed means. He said there is a electoral bond scheme. In electoral bond scheme, I can go to SBI and deposit 500 crore. They will give me electoral bonds worth 500 crore. Then I can distribute to whichever political party I want. Who I distributed to need not be disclosed in my accounts. Which political party, which electoral trust got there in income tax, no need to disclose. Deadly. Coolly he entered this 182. I'll show you. Every company shall disclose in its P&L account total amount contributed. The contribution shall be made except by an account pay shall not be made except by an account pay check or bank or account paid bank draft or use of electronic clearing system. We discussed 40A3 in the previous class, right? Remember, same dialogue. And then you see, company may make contribution through any instrument issued pursuant to any scheme notified by government under any law. Electoral bond scam, slip of tongue. Electoral bond scheme fully inserted via Finance Act. Done. Now let us say I go and purchase 100 crore electoral bond. I will go and purchase, I will directly donate to political party. Would that be an allowable expense under section 37? Companies claimed it. Is it personal? No. Capital expenditure? No. 30 to 36? 30 to 36? No. Is it wholly and exclusively used for business? This was a question of law. Can you run business without paying money? Many cases the SSC tried to prove that without money nothing will run in my country. Some courts allowed, some courts did not allow, explicitly disallowed. Explicitly disallowed. We're seeing 37. Explicitly disallowed. So my dear friends, so if you see how that you leave, that is the old one. Now you see, many courts said no, it is not allowed. Again, I have to appease. I told you, no. Businessmen went to the politicians and say, bro, if you do not give me deduction, I will not get any donation. Don't come beg me later. Sorry, bro. Bhai hai na, mota bhai hai. No problem. I will handle. 37 2B was inserted. Notwithstanding anything contained in subsection 1. Oh my God, which 37 1? 37 2B overrides the conflicting provisions of 37 1. 37 2B overrides the conflicting provisions of 37 1. What is the conflicting provision? Is it personal? No, there's no conflict. Capital account? No, no conflict. Is it allowed in 3036? No. What was the conflict? This one. Whether the business, whatever the money, donation to political party is wholly and exclusively used for business, that was the point of contention. The answer was no, it was not wholly and exclusively used for business. 37 2B says it is deemed, bro. No allowance shall be made in respect of expenditure incurred by an SSE on advertisement in any souvenir, brochure, tract, pamphlet or the like published by a political party. Ambani shocked. In 37.1 it is not allowed. Now also you are deemed to allow it or not allowing it. Government said, sorry my man, not allowed. You were thinking it's allowed, no? No. 37 2B, it doesn't say allowance is, it's allowed. It's saying what? No allowance shall be made in respect of expenditure incurred by C on advertisement in any souvenir, brochure, tract, pamphlet or the like published by a political party. So if I am donating to Samna newspaper by MNS, Raj Thackeray, Samna newspaper. It was Bal Thackre's, but anyway, Raj Thackeray started using it later. If I donate to Akhila Bharatiya Vidyarthi Parishad, if I donate some money to RSS affiliates, if I give my advertisement in a newspaper owned by a political party, lot of news channels are owned by political parties anyway. If I give a donation to the news channel, here they say I am not going to allow it. I am not going to allow it. Similar wordings you can find in 182 also. Donation or subscription given by a political party, given company to the political party is deemed to be political party. You see here, any amount of expenditure by a company on an advertisement in a souvenir, brochure, tract, pamphlet, same dialogue. Sir, I did not give it to political party, I gave it to RSS. RSS is affiliated to BJP. Sir, I did not give to any political party, but I gave it to Jamaat Islamia, affiliated to political party. Sir, I gave it to Youth Congress, affiliated to political party, I don't care. These are called political affiliates. Where such contribution is by or on behalf of political party to be contribution of such amount to such political party, it is deemed in company law also it is deemed. Similar provisions they brought about here also in this. So under 37 2B, the question of law was finally decided saying that deduction under 37 2B, whatever you feel, whether it's for business or not business, I am not going to allow. I am not going to allow. Okay, you will add back there. Fine. At least give me some benefit. Otherwise, I am not going to, I can assure you, bro, I am not going to donate anything to you. Do whatever you want. So, my dear friends, you have to appease. You have to show that, okay, I am taking away the power under 37 2B, but I should also allow you. Should also allow you. Check. $80 GGB, $80 GGC, deductions. Deduction in respect of contribution given by political parties, there since a long time, since 2003. There's one more law called Election and Other Related Laws Amendment Act. Imagine. In computing the total income of the SEC being an Indian company, Motabai, there shall be deducted any sum contributed in the previous year to any political party or an electoral trust. No deduction shall be allowed in way of cash. I already told you this was same thing in 2017. Here 13 they added, 17 they added there. Consequential changes GGB, GGC. Except local authority, every artificial juridical person wholly, so there shall be deducted any amount of contribution made by him, being any person, to a political party, any contributions made, that is donation or contribution, GGB, GGC. So guys, 837 to be they removed the power, means to the income I will add back. For example, in your income, right, net profit, it has two expenses. One is political contribution, political donation. 1 crore, 2 crore, both will be added and the total income, then again deduction will be given, my dear friends. Nothing it is. They remove from there, give you your deduction here, don't worry. So what? 80 GGB and GGC. So I pay to any political party, any magazine, any political affiliate, everything. What about this? What if it's genuine transaction? Everywhere else they are charging for my ad, my company's ad to run in a newspaper, I mean in a news channel, they are charging 1 crore. To you also I paid 1 crore, it's fair enough. But where the rate is 1 crore and I ended up paying you 3 crore, that would be deemed to be a political contribution, as per various cases. So this, my dear friends, is what? 37 2B. So guys, that was about political contribution. Now, one thing linked to this is very interesting to know that, Companies Act is the only law in the history of India which came in piecemeal. Means what? Parts by parts. In 2013, it was not ready. Only section 182 was ready, where political contribution, they made it 7.5%. They wanted to bring it immediately. But, other sections were not ready. So, what they did? They came out with section, 1 and 2, especially 1 of Companies Act. And if you see the wordings, you will be like, wow, I'm not joking. Because section 1 of any law is the short title, extent and commencement. You see commencement here. Honestly speaking, in 2013, only 98 sections were ready. 98 out of 450 sections were ready. And one of the sections which was obviously ready was 182. But then I cannot pass entire act and keep the old act also. Companies Act was the only act where old act also was there, new act also was there. 98 sections of the new act, remaining sections in the old act. Crazy. How did that happen? See, section 1, subsection 3. This section shall come into force. This is Companies Act. This section shall come into force at once. That is section 1. And remaining provision shall come into force whenever central government wants by notification. 98 sections will come first, remaining will come whenever we tell you. So 98 sections were notified before the elections, 28th August 2013. And one of the sections that came was 182. So political contribution is the first section that came into force of Companies Act, guys. And we know why now. Now the government knew that if Companies Act came into force, the 182 came into force, people will figure out. So to just divert the attention of the public to something else, they also notified section 135 of Companies Act, CSR. They did not want the attention to go to 182. They wanted the attention to come to 135. So 135 also was introduced. Everywhere seminars were held. CSR, CSR. First time in the history of the world. Every company should donate at least 2% of the average net profit. If you don't donate, nothing will happen. That was also there in 2013. If you don't donate, nothing will happen. No penalty. You just have to explain in the board report. Slowly and steadily, now they have added punishment, and that too in the 2020 edition. 2020-21 edition of Companies Act, after all the amendments, now they have added punishment. From 2013 to 2020, no punishment also. The next part of the discussion is spend on CSR. If company spends on CSR, corporate social responsibility. So it is our duty to give back to society. So when I'm giving back to society, can that be claimed as an expense? Again under 37. Is it personal expenditure? No. Is it capital expenditure? No. Will it come under 32, 36? No. Will it be allowed under 37 was the question. Let's first check section 135 of Companies Act, read with schedule number 7 and section 37(1) of Income Tax Act. Income Tax Act refers Companies Act, so we have to study, no choice, my dear friends. This is the way to study law, no other way. And there will be no confusion whatsoever because you're studying from the Bare Act. Check it out. Section 135 of Companies Act. Every company having net worth of 500 crore or more, turnover of 1000 crore or more, net profit of 500 crore or more in the immediately preceding financial year shall constitute a CSR committee and shall carry out CSR activities. Big companies, net worth of 500 crore or more, turnover 1000 crore or net profit of 5 crore in the immediately preceding year shall constitute a committee, and that committee shall have what? Shall perform the CSR activities, giving back to society. The board of every company shall ensure, mandatory, that the company spends in every financial year at least 2% of the average net profits. Spends 2% of the average net profit. What if it doesn't spend? So I have summarized it. I am now taking you to CA Inter. I am supposed to spend, let's say 2% is coming up to 100 crore. I have spent only 80 crore. What about the unspent amount? Unspent amount is transferred to a special account within 30 days from the end of the financial year, and the above to be spent within 3 financial years from the date of transfer. So if I have to spend 100 crore, that is coming up to 2%. I spent 80 crore. I have to decide now today taxability of this, whether it is allowed or not. Remaining 20 crore. Remaining 20 crore is unspent. What about the allowability of this unspent amount? We need to discuss. Guys, it is important. I'm connecting it because it's part of 37. I'm not joking. In 37 it says go to Companies Act. So we need to connect it. No choice. Blindly not reading just like that. Companies Act, it says something, leave it. No, you can't leave it. In the exam, if they ask us an MCQ, gone. The unspent, because they'll ask in the exam, the company was supposed to spend 100 crore, and that 20 crore was not spent. Will it be allowed or not? First of all, will full 100 crore be allowed, or will 80 crore be allowed? What is the answer? In this 20 crore, 12 crore was set aside for a project. 8 crore was not set aside. The company was launching some school for the poor people, so they had set aside separately for that project. The law says that this has to be used. It's transferred to a special account called Corporate Social Responsibility Account. This is transferred to CSR account, should be spent within 3 years. If not spent, transferred to one Schedule 7 fund. Separate fund is there. If unspent amount does not relate to any project, transfer to Schedule 7 fund. There is a fund under Schedule number 7 of Companies Act. To that fund, you need to transfer 8 crore within 6 months. If this is one, if they spend 120 crore instead of 100, can that 20 be carried forward under Companies Act? Answer is yes, for 3 financial years. Now, for my income tax purposes, my question is this much only, guys. Very simple. This is the gist of the story. Should I consider 100, whatever is to be spent in my deduction? Should I consider 80 crore, 20 crore, what? And what if it is set aside separately? 8 crore should I consider? What should I consider is what I'm asking. Government said it is your duty to, lawmaker said it is your duty to give 22%, my dear friends. If I give it as a deduction, if I allow it, rather, forget about deduction, if I allow it, then what will happen? You are taking 30% benefit on this 2%. It is like giving a benefit on something. It is subsidizing the donation. You are donating 2%, you are getting 30%, tax rebate sort of a thing on that, or a tax saving. I'll not allow. On this full 100 crore, whatever you have spent 80 crore, whatever is appearing in the P&L account, I am not going to give you anything. Read 37. That is why we did all this. Explanation 2. For the removal of doubts, it is hereby declared that for the purpose of subsection 1, what is subsection 1? Should not be for personal purpose, should not be for capital purpose, it should not be used wholly and exclusively for business. Any expenditure incurred by an SSC on the activities relating to CSR under 135(1) shall not be deemed to be an expenditure incurred by the SC for the purpose of business or profession. That's all, over. So they say no deduction under 37(1). No, not allowed. Expenditure not allowed. Shall not be deemed to be expenditure for the purpose of business or profession. Very clearly see, for the purposes of the act, does it say? No. Does it say for the purposes of this act? No. Here you see explanation 3. For the removal of doubts, it is hereby clarified, which will mean that not for the purpose of this section, it is for everything. Here you see, for the purposes of subsection 1 only. For the purposes of subsection 1 only, they are saying. It is hereby declared that for the purposes of subsection 1, which means any expenditure that you have done, which is general nature under 37(1), no deduction. Mind you, explanation 2 does not override 30 to 36. and it does not override 80 series and anything else. I'm just giving you an example. Why 80? I'll tell you. खास करके 80G. Which means if we figure out what are CSR activities, if those are CSR activities which come under that 2%, if they come under 2% of section 135, the next question is, can I claim it under 37(1)? Can I claim it under 32(36)? Can I claim it under 80G? 80G is donation, deduction in respect of donation, certain donations. For that, we need to understand what do you mean by this one, 2%. What are the activities? If activities are not eligible CSR activities only, not eligible CSR activities, they are not eligible normal activities, then I'll have to see whether it comes under 37(1) general, 32, that is a different discussion. That is normal. This is what we need to see now actually. Will it come under CSR? Not under CSR. So all those things are actually given in schedule number 7 of what? Companies Act. Activities which are included by companies in their corporate social responsibility policies. Eradicating hunger, poverty, malnutrition, right? Promoting education, special education, employment enhancing vocation amongst children, etc. Gender equality, women empowerment, environmental sustainability, ecological balance, environmental sustainability. If Infosys has bought a machinery worth 20 crore, which will do water treatment and convert the dirty water from the bathroom and it is now used for drinking and all, don't tell. Now it is used for, landscaping the entire garden of Infosys, which actually they are doing, by the way. Will that come under CSR expenditure? Mind you guys, CSR can be CapEx also, Revenue X also. CSR can be CapEx or it can be Revenue X. CapEx and 37 no way connected because 37 should be revenue. We are discussing 37(1) now. If they have a capital expenditure, we need to see. For example, maintaining quality of soil. There is a scientific research the company has invested 40 crore in buying a scientific research equipment for checking the maintaining the quality of the soil. Question number 1. Is it capital expenditure? Yes. Question number 2. Is it allowed under schedule number 7? Yes. Question number 3. Can it be claimed under 37(1)? No, because 37(1) requires revenue expenditure. Question number 4. Can it be claimed under 32(36)? Yes. Under section 35 you can claim scientific research expenditure. Though it's a CapEx, it is allowed in the P&L account. Are you understanding my point? Yes. If ICICI Bank has solar paneling on their branches everywhere and they are thereby conserving energy, they have invested some amount. Is it allowed? Is it an eligible CSR activity where you can claim this benefit of 2%? Which means you can say that, look boss, you wanted me to spend 2%, this is part of 2%. Yes, you can, because it's not just benefiting them, it's benefiting the entire society. Honestly, in Chinnaswamy Stadium, Bangalore, it's a world's first fully, solar paneled, stadium. That electricity saved in that stadium is being used to electrify 2 villages in a place called Kolar. KGF. The movie, Kolar Goldfields, it's from that only, KGF. Yes, there is something called KGF in near Bangalore. Yes, it is good. They're electrifying 2 villages, by the way. Are you getting my point? That is what we need to understand, my dear friends. So 37(1), 32(36), yes, we have to see revenue or capital, revenue or capital. Let me take you to a little bit CA Inter to see some more examples. Projects and programs that benefit only the employees are not CSR. Means benefit given in terms of the SSC is a hospital, for their employees 50% off, not CSR. One-off events like one-day marathon, award ceremony, charitable donation, advertisement, etc. is not CSR. Sir, I am paying bonus properly, sir, as per Payment of Bonus Act. CSR, no. Contribution to political party, sir, CSR, sir. So charitable activity. I'll also get something in return. No. Now are you getting the connection? Normal course of business, whatever I'm doing, not CSR. CSR spends are what is covered. So the amount spent is what I need to see. If I've set aside this 20 crore for a scientific research equipment, whenever I spend it, I'll get the deduction. No. We'll see that later in 35. We'll see in 35. Everything is interconnected. There are certain funds in schedule number 7 which you would have heard, no? Clean Ganga River Fund, your Prime Minister's National Relief Fund, PM Cares Fund. So all these are eligible CSR activity. 3 examples I'll take. Prime Minister's National Relief Fund, the PM Cares Fund, all that came during COVID, and the Swachh Bharat Kosh. And Clean Ganga Fund. Is it a CSR activity? Yes, part of schedule number 7, I showed you. Which means it can be taken into calculation of that 2%. Point number 1. Second one, will I get deduction under 37(1)? Definitely no. Explanation 2 will apply. I will not get any deduction. Not allowed, disallowed. Third one, will I get it under 32, 36 in any way? No way. Will I get under 80G is the question. 80G. Will I get under 80G for that? I need to go there because this section does not override 80G. बोलिए जी. Deduction in respect of donation to certain funds, charitable institution, etc. See here, PM National Relief Fund and PM Cares Fund. So my dear friends, donation under 80G can claim deduction. And for which one? PM National Relief Fund and PM Cares Fund. What about Swachh Bharat Kosh and Clean Ganga Fund? Is it a CSR activity? Yes. Will it be taken, that benefit can be taken of 2% there? Yes. Which means you can add that amount in that 2%. Because if you don't spend, no, there is penalty, no. So you have to add it. You have to add it. For example, I'm just giving you an example. 100 crore was what was supposed to be spent in that 2%. 90 crore was spent on other CSR activities. The company spent 5 crore towards Swachh Bharat Kosh, 5 crore towards Clean Ganga Fund, Clean Ganga Fund, Clean Ganga Fund. Are you with me? Then they also spent extra extra 1.5 crore towards again Swachh Bharat course towards the end. 2.5 crore towards Clean Ganga Fund. Basically, they have spent 104 crore. But they are claiming only this 2%. Now tell me, coolly, for this 90 crore will it come? 37.1? No. ATG also will not come. For this 5 crore, you have taken it in CSR. These things I told you, you have not taken it in CSR because CSR you are supposed to spend only 100. You have spent 104. You are not taking it as an excess. You are taking it as 100 only. This I spent on my own. See, only when I show that I should have spent 100, but I have spent 104, then that 4 can be carried forward. As I told you here, 4 can be carried forward. Here I don't want to carry forward. I am only showing 100 in that 2% calculation. Is all calculation. 4 crore I am not showing. The question here is, for this 5 crore and 5 crore, though you have taken CSR, though you have taken it as CSR spend, will ATG come to this? Can you claim deduction under ATG is the question. Similarly, here extra you have spent. Can you claim ATG? Very, very important discussion. Please concentrate. I will again repeat. Prime Minister's National Relief Fund, PM Cares Fund, two different funds. CSR, I have taken it. No problem. Can I also claim it under ATG? Yes. Is it double benefit? Yes. Under CSR, in that 2% it will come. In ATG also I can claim deduction because I showed you ATG, my dear friends, in the Bear Act. See, Prime Minister's National Relief Fund, PM Cares Fund. PM Cares Fund came during COVID. 1/4/2020, COVID. Citizen Assistance and Relief in Emergency Situation, COVID. Allowed. Allowed. CSR also allowed, here also allowed. But my question is this one. The Swachh Bharat Kosh and the Clean Ganga Fund, CSR definitely I showed you there in schedule number 7 of Companies Act. Will ATG, can it be claimed? I gave you an example. In 100 crore, 90 crore was other CSR activity. 5 crore was towards SBK. Then Clean Ganga Fund was 5 crore. CSR activity, yes. This extra 4 crore, I have only not considered it to be CSR activity. I have taken extra. ATG, can it be claimed? In PM Cares Fund and PM National Relief Fund, it can be claimed. Here, check. See guys, 2015, they were inserted two things. The Swachh Bharat Kosh set up by the central government is allowed under ATG other than the sum spent by the SSC in pursuance of 135(5). Oh my God. Are you understanding? Tell you. See this 2%. If you are taking 135(5), is this 2% only. If you take it in what? 2%. If you take it in 2%, ATG will not come. If you say this is other than that 2%, then ATG will come. Same with Clean Ganga Fund also. Clean Ganga Fund for resident and some is other than the spend, some some spent by SSC in CSR. So my dear friends, wordings are different. Be very careful. MCQ may they'll play around 2 marks question. They'll ask, oh, CSR allowed, ATG allowed, exemption disallowed, pass disallowed. So my dear friends, this 5 crore and 5 crore, since it is part of that 2%, ATG not allowed. 1.5 and 2.5 crore, since you have taken it in, what do you say, you have not taken it for CSR, only for this ATG is allowed. Are you with me? So donation to certain trusts, etc., which do the scientific research, etc., allowed under 35. But these things disallowed. Anything under 32, 36, allowed. This is how we need to study the Bayer Act, my dear friends. Trust the process. Trust the process. You will get there. And this is the fast track premium batch. In regular, how it will be, you can only imagine. Right? So as I told you, this is almost like regular. Don't worry about it. This is almost like regular. In regular, I'll show extra cases, give you time to analyze, do more questions. But content-wise, we'll cover everything the same. Okay? On that note, we'll stop today. Love you all. Take care. Bye.